Hi everyone, welcome back. A while ago we asked you to post some questions you'd like to ask us on social media.
So we decided what better place to do a Q&A than the comfort of our bed.
So Damien asked, why did we decide to start a YouTube channel?
Well, I had toyed with the idea of starting a YouTube channel for quite some time, and then James and I started dating, and then when I finally learned he was moving down, I thought, well, that's the perfect opportunity to start a channel, because I thought it would be an interesting way to keep his family and friends up in Joburg updated on what we were doing down here.
But it's been fun as well doing videos.
Definitely. Obviously our videos aren't quite as adventurous as I think we had anticipated.
Yes.
Between work and all of that, we're quite busy, so we don't get to go out and explore and embark on adventures as often as we'd like to. But maybe with summer being around the corner, that's something we can look into.
If we're going on an adventure, you'll be coming with, so.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
So Arista wants to know, can you name one negative thing about living in Cape Town?
Yes. That would have to be the traffic in Cape Town. And it just always seems so busy. You always want to go out in the quiet times. But then, so does everyone else.
But do you really think it's a thing that's just confined to Cape Town? I mean, coming from Joburg, wouldn't you say that traffic is pretty much bad everywhere you come from? Obviously you stayed
I've just found it hard.
so you don't really have to deal with it on a daily basis.
No.
But for most of us, this is the norm. And I think for most of people who probably live in Joburg and Pretoria, it's probably also the norm. I would say the one negative thing about living in Cape Town would be when you have an absolutely gorgeous day and you're stuck at work. It's so much harder when you live in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, knowing that there's so much you can do and you're confined to your desk at work.
That is very, very true. Joe wants to know, if you could pick any place to live in the world, where would it be and why?
You go first.
Okay. I would pick, and I think I have said it before, I would stay in the UK. I just love the architecture and I love the people and the vibe. I don't know, it just seems, everything seems quite close together, and the museums are amazing as well, and the food is amazing and everything is amazing, so I would stay there.
If I had to pick one place to live in the world aside from Cape Town, I think I'd like to live in New York again. I was very privileged to spend 6 months working there in my early 20s. And as scared as I was of moving there, it was one of the most exciting times of my life. It's just such a melting pot of cultures, and it truly is the city that never sleeps. So yes, I think I'd like to go back there at some point. But then Baz Luhrmann also said, live in New York once, but leave before it makes you hard. So yeah. Tim asked, do you have to get over some hesitation, fear or shame before finding the courage to film yourself and put it online?
I think in the beginning, I was always very scared of what I would say. I don't know, so you, and what you look like as well. So yeah, in the beginning it was a bit of a, you have some hesitation. But as we've gone on, it's seemed to become a thing of the past.
I think you become more comfortable the more often you do it. And the beauty of something like having a YouTube channel as opposed to live streaming is the fact that if you do make a mistake, you can always just go back and record again, you know? That's how we end up with some of our bloopers, as you would have seen by now. But yes, I think for me especially, because I'm very self-aware, I was very concerned about how I would look on camera and whether I would find myself cringing watching the videos, but I found myself becoming increasingly more comfortable, and yeah, it's kind of gotten to the point where it feels like second nature. You just get it over and done with.
Tim asked, do you speak any Afrikaans?
Well, I am actually of Afrikaans descent, so I do speak Afrikaans.
Ek praat ook Afrikaans, but not as often as what I should, I suppose. My Afrikaans is very broken. It's hard though. When you're trying to express an idea but you can't find the word for it. I suppose that happens in my English as well though. Hello and welcome to Eunice.
Future Rian Krabachen right there. Tim says, South Africa has very progressive laws and constitutions regarding LGBTs, but how open-minded is the real world in South Africa?
I suppose on paper, yes, we are very progressive. And I think that you find towns in South Africa that aren't as progressive as what it looks like on paper.
I think the further you move away from the main city centres and you go to smaller towns, they tend to be a lot more conservative. I don't feel uncomfortable as such in and around Cape Town, but I do still find that I have that hesitation when we're out in public not to show too much affection. I wouldn't just kiss you anywhere in the middle of the street. I think at the end of the day you kind of read the situation and you know, depending on the company that you're in.
Yeah.
But I think we're very lucky with the circle of friends that we have and the places where we go that we don't feel like we're constricted or limited as to what we can do and say.
Yeah.
I think Cape Town in itself, for me, has always felt like a fairly safe space. I think a lot of people have come a really long way, but we still have a really long way to go to where being LGBT is just as normal as being English or Afrikaans or Spanish or French, or, you know, if I can compare it to a language. I don't know your experience at Joburg side.
See, I haven't had any bad experience that side either. But the thing, like Khan says, you have to read the situation as well. I mean, you're not going to go into a very family orientated place and start making out, for instance. But we're not those type of people in any ways, so it's not...
And I don't think it's really a case of whether you are straight or gay or bisexual making out in public. I mean, I get to gym and I see couples kissing and I kind of think, geez, do you guys mind getting a room? You know, I think there's like a general law expectation as far as public displays of affection go. It's like, just tone it down a little bit, you know?
Oh, which brings us on to our next question. Tim, you have a lot of questions, thank you. Right, so Tim also asked, what is your favorite dish to cook, or do you eat out more? Well, I really enjoy eating out. It's kind of an addiction for me. Like if there's a new place opening or if I've heard of a really good place, I have to go. But I also enjoy cooking. And I enjoy cooking new things, especially pasta related and sauce. Carbonator! Yes.
I don't really cook. That's because I've got a very, very limited palate, I guess you would say. I'm a notoriously picky eater. I have gotten better. I've gotten to the point where I do cook for the week, and I do eat out from time to time. I don't think I eat out that often. I am prone to eating quite a bit of junk at home, but I think especially now with summer fast approaching, we're definitely looking into cooking more and cooking healthier. Definitely. well, we hope you guys enjoyed this little Q&A and that you got to know a little something about us that you maybe didn't know before. If you enjoyed our video, please remember to like, subscribe, and interact with us in the comment section. By doing this, you will help us grow our channel, and yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
So until next time, keep safe. Why did you decide to start a Facebook? Oh, Facebook channel.
I don't know, it kind of seemed like the thing to do back in 2007. Did you just say architecture?
Architecture.
You said architecture.
Oh.
It's not a Katy Perry song. We are Boersium. Not really. You have the funny blast off me. Can't be making out every day. Some people hungry, y'all. Not everybody gets to have a meal every day. So when I first asked people to post their questions, I had said, please send us your burning questions. To which Colleen replied, any burning issue should be taken up with your doctor and not discussed in public. Noted, Colleen. Thank you.